Good morning, class. Today we're going to talk about our body's major organs. Today we're just going to talk about 5 of the major organs, and our unit is called Get Organ Wise. I'm just going to go over the titles and the names of the organs, and I will repeat those twice so we can understand and get a clear pronunciation in the English language. The 5 major organs that we are going to go over today, first is the brain, and the brain is located in our head cavity. Second is our heart, and our heart is located in our chest cavity. Next is our lungs, and our lungs are symmetrical, located behind our ribs and our chest cavity as well. Next is the liver, which is going to be right below the lungs, right behind where our stomach is. And next is our stomach and intestines. And those are actually going to be 2 separate things, but we're going to combine them together and talk about their functions as one, and then later we'll go into more detail on those. Our stomach is located right behind our belly button, and our intestines are right below that. And right now, I want you to go ahead and pull up our Get Organ Wise matching activity. And this is not for a grade, I just want to make sure that we understand how to connect the English language words of the organs and our previous knowledge of our words in Spanish. And that worksheet is going to look just like this. If we can just go ahead and pull that up, I will give you 2 minutes to complete this, and then we will review it. And it is not for a grade. Okay, now that we have completed that activity, let's just go ahead and go over the first column and let's pronounce those again. And those are going to be in the English language words, and these are names of our organs. On the first line, we're going to have heart. Next is lung or lungs. Next is your intestine. Next is your brain, and then your liver. And then we're going to talk about those functions here in a second. The first one, your heart, should match with your corazon. Next, your lung is going to go with the word pulmón. Next is your intestine, and that is your intestinal. Next, your brain, and that's your cerebral. Next is your liver, and that word is going to match with hígado. Now we're just going to look at our diagram, which is our Get Organ Wise diagram. It's going to look like this, and it should be popping up on your screen. And we're not going to talk about the functions yet. We're just going to go over kind of what the organs are and where they're located and what their shapes are. Now, if you can look at the brain at the top of the page, this is a very good and clear picture of all the lines and all the shapes that are in our brain. And this gives a picture of the whole brain, the left and the right side. And as we go down, we're going to look at your heart. And your heart is going to be the little red picture that we have right there, right in the chest cavity. And as you can see, the heart has lots of veins that go out from it. Next is going to be our lungs, and you can only see 1/2 of the lung behind the heart. But the lungs are always symmetrical, if you remember that term. Symmetrical is going to mean they're going to look exactly alike, and as you can see from the picture behind me, here are our lungs that are right behind our rib cavity. And here's another little smaller picture. And you can see how they are symmetrical to one another. And so they're going to be the same on both sides, the same shape on both sides. Next is going to be our liver, and it's a little pinkish color picture. And it's going to be right below our ribs in our lungs. And next is our stomach, and it's going to be the little yellowish kind of orangish picture right there where it has a tube going all the way from your lungs down to your small intestines. And the intestines is the one right below the stomach. And remember, we're going to talk about the intestines and the stomach together because they kind of have the same function. And we're going to further detail. Okay, now that we've done that, go ahead and pull up your worksheet that says Get Unit Wise memory cards. And these are just kind of a fun little way to remember the shapes and the activities of it. I'll give you just a moment to go ahead and pull that up in the PDF form on your computer. Now we're going to look at our Get Organ Wise memory cards, this sheet right here. And we're just going to kind of go over and kind of see what they say, so that way we can maybe memorize what the brains and what the brain, the heart, the lungs, and your stomach, what their functions are and what they do for our body. And on here, I'm just going to read it for you just for a little bit. It says, "Hi, I'm your brain. I work like a computer. I take in information and sort it out for you to remember. I have different places to store what you see, hear, smell, and taste. Without me, the rest of your body cannot work." And as that, we're just going to kind of talk about the function of the brain. Your brain, which remember is in your head cavity, and as you can remember kind of how it looks like from this picture and from the previous diagram, your brain controls all of your body's functions. You can think of your brain kind of as your body's command center. Everything you do, say, see, hear, taste, or smell goes through your brain and inputs that information. Next, we're going to talk about your heart. And your heart, which remember is located inside our chest cavity. On our memory card sheet, it says, "Hi, I'm your heart. I'm the size of your fist. Touch your chest and feel me pump the blood through your body. Feel the hard bone that is around me. This protects me inside your chest. Exercise me by jumping and running instead of watching TV or playing video games." And your heart, the function of your heart, is to pump blood which circulates throughout your body. So what your heart does is it circulates all of your blood throughout your body, in your veins, through your arms, through your legs, through your head, everywhere. And remember, our heart is the size of our fist inside our chest cavity. Next, we're going to talk about your lungs. On our memory card sheet, it says, "Hi, we're your lungs. We help your body by breathing in oxygen, moving it through your body and letting out carbon dioxide you no longer need. The hard bones in your chest protect us as well as your heart. We like it when you exercise, take in deep breaths that makes us stronger." Remember, our lungs are going to be inside our chest cavity and they are symmetrical. Remember, similar to the diagram behind me. And the function of your lungs is your lungs supply and pump oxygen through your body so that you can breathe. And your blood also needs oxygen to go throughout your body so that your body can function and move every day. Now we're going to talk about your stomach. Your stomach and intestines have a similar function, and we're just going to group those together today. Today, on our memory card sheet, our stomach says, "Hi, I'm your stomach. After you chew your food well in your mouth, it is sent down to me. I mix it up with some stomach acid and make it a liquid for your body so that it can use it for fuel and waste. When something doesn't want to work as fuel, it might upset me, so you better watch out. I might send it back." And so remember that when anything goes in your mouth, it goes down to your stomach and then into your intestines. So the function of your stomach and intestines is that it breaks down food, and it takes our food and breaks it all apart and breaks it into nutrients, which gives our body energy for the day. And kind of like when we don't have breakfast before we go to class or before we try to do our homework, we're really sleepy and tired and we don't have energy to do it. Now we're going to talk about our liver. And our liver is our small organ that is below our lungs in our chest cavity. Our liver holds 1% of our blood supply, and it regulates our blood supply by separating the good from the bad nutrients in our blood. And kind of like our stomach breaks down and breaks up into nutrients, our liver separates the good nutrients in our blood, and that is the function of our liver. And again, these are only a portion of our major organs, but these are some of the most important ones that we have to have in our body to help us get through the day, for our blood to go through, for our food to break up into nutrients, and for us to breathe and everything that we do each and every day. Now I want you to pull out your index cards, and remember they can be a 3x5 like this, or they can be a 4x6, whichever you prefer. And we're just going to do make our little vocabulary file for these 5 major organs. And remember, what I want you to do with them is on the blank side that has no lines, we want to put a picture of our major vocabulary word. So if I was doing the brain, I would write, I could draw a picture of the brain, or we can download a picture from the internet as long as it is just of the brain and nothing else. You can cut and paste that on here, or you can draw it. And then on the other side, the side with lines, we need to go ahead and in big bold letters, we need to put the English word that we learned. So we would put brain, B-R-A-I-N. And then under that, we could put the Spanish word that we already previously know for that. And you can put that in big bold letters or little letters, however you would like to do it, as long as we have it underneath the English word and that the English word is first. And then when we are done with these, we need to go ahead and put them away in our previous vocabulary file. Now that we have come to a conclusion of our lesson today, our unit called Get Organ Wise, I hope that you have learned the major functions of our 5 major organs that we went over today, and remember how they help us live each and every day and how important they are. To wrap up and for our assessment for the day, there are 2 other PDF files that we did not use in our lesson, and those are going to be your assessments. One is called Can You Name It? Riddles. And for our 2 assessment worksheets today, one is Can You Name It? Riddles and Puzzles, and then the other one is going to be called Get Organ Wise Organ Scramble. And both of those need to be completely filled out and emailed to me. And you will have 2 weeks to do those. So just remember to get those done. And also do not forget your vocabulary file cards. These are, remember, we need to have these. Other than that, have a great day.